What up? Welcome back to the vlog. We're in Florida right now, not in New England anymore. We're in the Orlando area visiting some of Jen's friends for a few days. We're staying in Winter Park, and there's this little 9-hole golf course called the Winter Park 9, WP9, or Winter Park Golf Course. Since my wife is the greatest, she allowed me to kind of sneak out this morning, go play 9 holes. I did get here a little early for a number of things. The first thing I want to do is I'm actually gonna get some drone shots of the golf course, probably because we may end up filming or putting together a little video of this golf course for the King Wolf Creative YouTube channel. It is only 9 holes, but there's this really big putting green called the back 9. So I'm gonna putt around on that for a bit and play the back 9 first. Hello? Yeah, speaking. Yeah, I could do that. Alright, thank you. Alright, we'll change of plans. I just got a phone call. I'm gonna go off a little early. And I guess I'll just get the drone shots later. Sweet. I had a blast at the Winter Park 9. There's probably going to be a video on the King Wolf Creative channel kind of about that golf course, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I don't want to talk too much about that golf course in this video since I want to save it for that, but had a blast. Super cool course. I didn't bring my own golf clubs with me. I actually was able to rent golf clubs there, which was perfect, right? In hindsight, for the drone shots, I kind of wish that I had gotten them earlier in the morning, because when I left to go there, I had the intention of shooting really early in the morning, and I wasn't planning to need certain ND filters or really any ND filters at all. So I didn't have any with me, so I did have to kind of overcrank the shutter when I shot the stuff. And because of that, I decided to shoot in a higher frame rate so that it wouldn't look super jittery. But I think it still looks good. But the main reason is because there were just some beautiful shadows coming from the trees from the sun as it rose that morning. Like, I remember, I think it was like the 3rd or 4th hole. I can't really remember off the top of my head. It's the first par 5, I think the 3rd hole. And I got a couple cool pictures and just footage of like the sun peeking through and the way that the shadows were kind of stringing across the fairway and onto the green. It just looked absolutely gorgeous, and that kind of continued on throughout the round. By the time we were done, the sun was just kind of, high enough where everything was pretty evenly lit, and the stuff still looks great, but I really love those like dramatic, moody shots, especially on a golf course. It just looks so nice. I like shooting drone shots at golden hour. It's like the best time to shoot. Hindsight, I would have probably preferred to just wait, because I ended up teeing off like an hour and 20 minutes before I was originally supposed to. So I probably would have just like waited it out and gotten the footage that I had intended to, but regardless, this stuff still looks great, so I can't complain. But yeah, we're staying at this super cool Airbnb, and I want to give you guys a little tour. So why are we down in Florida?
To get away from the New England winter. Oh, and also, it's our one last hurrah of just Burke and I being 2 individuals.
Because we're gonna have a little baby girl. If you didn't know, we already posted on Instagram and stuff, but I don't know if they know.
That's what they tell me, and that's what this thing says.
So our time here in Orlando is like coming to an end. From here we're going to like the Tampa area and St. Petersburg Beach. But we did a lot in Orlando without like doing anything Disney.
I think we wanted to reserve that for when we have a little gal here, because Burke's never actually gone into Disney
never
World.
been. So the first night we got here, got to the Airbnb, and then we went to dinner at a place called, it's like Sebastian's. Was that what
Sebastian's, yeah, I think it was like the Little Mermaid theme.
And then the next day, that's when I got up and played golf. You went somewhere to get coffee.
It was okay.
It was okay. So not worth mentioning?
Well, there's so many, if you Yelp coffee shops
Tons
where we
of coffee
are, there's
shops.
literally like 10 pages worth of coffee shops.
So then we went to the Lou Gardens, which, nice walk.
Yeah, it's like quiet.
Very relaxing, you know?
Yeah, it was like a house that was donated, and property that was donated like by this guy that had a bunch of tropical plants and stuff from all over the world.
And then from there, then we went to this really cool place. It was like this Thai place.
It was cool because they had like Thai fusion type stuff, like a green curry sandwich,
Sounds interesting.
which sounded really good, but we had eaten a ton. But yeah.
Yeah, we had eaten, but it was like a tea,
like
tea
Thai
house
iced
too.
tea. Yeah, they had the best Thai iced tea and Thai iced coffee that we've ever
Yeah,
had.
it was phenomenal.
It was great.
So then after that, we were going to our friend's house to have dinner with them, hang out at their house, see their house. And on the way, we stopped at a brewery called Sideward, had a few like tasting flight things, had a couple good beers. One of the really good ones was their bourbon barrel-aged stout I really enjoyed. And then the next day, we got up kind of late, we slept in. We went to this other coffee shop that has this like espresso machine that people call the Tesla of espresso machines.
Yeah, it's called the Decent Espresso Machine, but it's like has all of these.
It's like
has,
digital.
Screen,
Yeah, it looks like
digital,
an
and you can adjust
iPad.
like everything. And it's a coffee shop owned by women, and they donate part of their proceeds like to charity and stuff like that.
Highly recommend it. It's called KOS, K-O-S.
And then of course we had to Bebop to get pastries now.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to Buttermilk Bakery.
I'm not a big sweet guy, but Jen's
Yeah, but it's
She
hard
loves the
because you know when
sweets.
you go to these bakeries and you only have one shot. Like I want to get like 6 things, but you know realistically like you can't eat 6 things. And I'm not going to take a bite of one thing and then throw it away.
It's good to eat it fresh, right?
Good to eat it fresh. So I had to only commit to like one thing. I got this like tangerine donut. It was awesome, and then he got this like
It was
savory
like a croissant.
tart
Yeah, it was like
thing.
a turkey bacon brie. It was really good. And then after that, we just walked around like the downtown Winter Park area with all the shops and stuff. There happened to be a farmer's market that day, which is really cool. But downtown Winter Park is really nice. I would say it's a little like upscale, some of the shops that are there. Really cool area, kind of hip and especially when you kind of like go on the outskirts a little bit, like where KOS is, there's like more of these hip, up and coming restaurants and coffee shops and bakeries and all that stuff. There's a lot of food to eat.
But it didn't feel like it was too gentrified in a way though either.
No,
Like it was
no.
more organic and
Yeah,
it still
felt
kept
natural.
like the natural, culture in a way. Like they had the little Asian area.
Well, speaking of that, then we actually met up with our friends again in that kind of like little Asian area and had some Korean fried
So some Korean fried chicken.
chicken-ish. Pretty good. It was called
Good.
chicken. And then from there, I don't really know exactly what we did because they were kind of like our tour guides for the day. But I
Oh,
know we
yeah.
went to Eola Lake. Is that how you say
Yeah,
that?
Lake Eola Park.
Lake Eola,
It
which was really beautiful. Highly recommend just walking around
right
there.
in downtown, and it's around this lake, and there's a bunch of playgrounds. There was like a bully dog meetup happening. That was
cool,
awesome.
yeah.
We went to like East End Market,
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That's where Gideon. It's like
the
a
Gideon's
Gideon-
Bakehouse.
It's like a cookie thing. But the cookies are interesting. I think it's awesome. It's like cookie dough almost.
They're just like underbaked, almost cookie dough,
Yeah.
but they put toppings like on top too. So you've got like chocolate chips on top and whatever it is on top.
It's
So
definitely an
like
experience that
amount.
people should, I think, have.
Yeah.
And I think there's one actually in Disney.
Right,
is what they
yeah.
were saying. And then, last night we just hung out with our friends again, got some pizza, played some games, and now we're off.
Off to go to the beach.
Off to the beach. Leaving Orlando, we headed out to St. Pete Beach. On our way to St. Pete, we stopped in Tampa, enjoyed breakfast at Dat's, and hit up the Florida Aquarium. We pretty much relaxed the whole time. Hit up the beach, enjoyed some great food, biked around the area, and just enjoyed each other's company. We ended up playing a par 3 course and got some mini golf in.
And the verdict? Wow, he is this excited for hole-in-one at a mini golf.
Something pretty cool at mini golf was we got to feed live gators, so that was pretty dope. We did have a great time on our vacation, but it feels really good to be back in New England in the comfort of our own home. I appreciate you watching this video. If you could like the video, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, it'd really mean a lot. But as always, my name's Burke Cullinane, and I'll see you soon.
I can't reiterate things, folks. You just need to practice.
You can't tell me what just happened.
Well, I asked Burke to get me a jacket I have in the car, and I have 2 options in the car. So he goes over to the car and proceeds to show me from afar just 2 black things. And I'm like, I don't know. This is when you. This is the problems you have when you own too much black. I don't know which is which. They look the same.